Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll be revisiting the Kimber 1911 Rimfire.22 Long Rifle Target Conversion Kit. Here's the Kimber Rimfire Target Conversion Kit featuring a complete 22 long rifle slide conversion for your 1911 .45 caliber pistol. According to Kimber, this 22 conversion will fit any mil-spec dimension single stack 1911 chambered .45 ACP. The kit includes a 10-round 22 long rifle magazine. You just remove the 45 slide and magazine and replace them with this 22 slide and 22 magazine, and you're ready to go. Pretty cool. I did a review of this kit about 6 years ago. It was one of my earliest videos, so I thought it might be time to revisit this conversion kit. And I just did an update review on my Kimber Custom Crimson Carry 2 1911 .45, which you can see at episode 202603. One of the advantages of revisiting this 22 conversion slide is the chance to film a little range activity, which I couldn't do during my first video. And perhaps more importantly, I'll be able to talk more about what ammo I found that works best in this 22 conversion. But before we go any further, let's make sure this gun is cleared first. And by the way, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Well, about 15 years ago, when I bought my Kimber 1911 .45 caliber pistol, I was very concerned about the cost and availability of ammo. Dry firing is good, but I believe that range practice is important with any firearm I intend to carry, and at the time I really wanted to carry this 1911. Back then, .45 target and range ammo was running about 50 cents a round. That'd be comparable to about 75 cents in today's dollars. 10 years later, ammo was half again as much, if you could even find it on the shelves. At one time, it rose to almost $2 a round in my area. Even 22 long rifle was expensive during those ammo shortage days, but obviously 22 ammo was comparatively more affordable. Yes, I'd stored up some .45 ammo, but I didn't want to shoot it if I could find another way to practice with my gun. This 22 long rifle slide conversion seemed like a good solution at the time. I could retain my holster, grips, and the features like the safeties, hammer, and trigger of my 1911 while training and not run out of ammo or go broke in the process. This 22 target conversion allowed for stance, draw, target acquisition, hand and finger placement, safety management, firing sequence, and even securing the firearm with the least amount of deviation from my .45. You have to admit, that's pretty cool. Sure, with this aluminum slide and lighter overall weight and shooting 22 ammo, it's not the same as shooting .45 ammo, but for muscle memory training, it's better than just dry firing. And it can always wrap up training that I'm doing using 22 ammo with a few shots from the .45 slide, just to remind me of what that's like. So here we are 15 years later, and .45 ammo today is readily available and reasonably priced at about 40 cents a round for range and target rounds, and about $1.50 per round for critical defense ammo. And of course 22 ammo is still fairly inexpensive. I got this 22 conversion slide when I originally bought my Kimber Custom Carry 2 about 15 years ago. It was sort of a package deal, so I probably paid about $250 at the time. Today, Kimber still offers the same 1911 22 long rifle conversion slide kit, although the price has increased to a manufacturer's suggested retail price of about $425. Kimber Firearms is a relatively young American gun company beginning in Oregon in 1979. Kimber Firearms is now headquartered in Troy, Alabama. Kimber claims a reputation for producing high-quality firearms with popularity with SWAT and military applications beginning in 1997. I'm not sure when Kimber first launched this 1911 22 conversion kit, but back in the day it seemed that there was only the Kimber kit and one other from SIG at about that same price. You can actually still find the SIG 22 conversion unit on eBay for about $425. But today there are several companies offering 1911 22 conversion slide kits, so you have more choices. Sorry, but I've not tested any of these conversion slides, so I couldn't say if they're any better or worse. By the way, you'll find the Kimber 1911 22 conversion on eBay as well, but for a bit more, closer around $450 today, even though the manufacturer's suggested retail price is closer to $400. The packaging for the Kimber 22 conversion kit remains the same as far as I know. you'll find a plastic foam padded case along with one magazine and a manual. That's about it. And that's about all you need. Note that we have a notation on the case. It says, fits most 1911 pistols. As for specifications, the unit consists of the full functioning upper 1911 slide, barrel, springs, etc. and one .22 magazine. Kimber suggests it will fit most mil-spec 1911s. The unit is available in either black or silver. We have a match grade steel barrel and bushing with an aluminum slide. There's a full-length aluminum guide rod with spring. We have metal sights with a fully adjustable rear sight. The magazine is single stack 10 rounds. It's plastic and additional magazines are available for about $22 each. The unit replaces the .45 caliber slide, barrel, etc. using the same pin. The Kimber Custom Crimson Carry 2 total weight with this slide is about 26 ounces fully loaded. Okay, before we head out to the range, let's talk a little about this .22 conversion, how it feels and handles. The major difference in feel is, of course, the lighter aluminum .22 conversion slide. The assembled gun's loaded weight difference is about 11 ounces compared to the .45 slide, so you notice that immediately. But otherwise it's the same frame, grips, controls, so no difference. Slide serrations are in the same spot, with trigger and hammer weights being the same because, of course, they are the same as are the safeties. Racking is much lighter and the overall function is lighter. After all, the conversion is still a .22, but the slide is good and solid and tight. The rear sight is slightly different, and in order to match my .45, I put a similar white dot on the front sight here. The sights are large and the sight picture is very good. It's very nice. The 10-round .22 magazine ejects like it should. It's plastic but seems solid enough. The magazine loads easily enough, but I miss having a load assist knob on this one. The magazine seats nicely and sure with a good solid click. The first round racks into the loading chamber as it should. Safety set and the gun is ready for the range. Okay, here's what we're going to do today. I have several brands of ammo here we're going to use. I've got CCI mini mags, which are my go-to rounds for this gun. I know these will run just fine, but I'm also going to try some cheap stuff just to see how they do. I've got some Browning Pro 22 that I picked up recently. I think I paid about $6 for the brick. Then we're going to try some CCI uppercut rounds that CCI claims are specially designed to run well in .22 automatic handguns. A friend of mine has suggested I try these. I've got to say, internet reviews on uppercuts have been mixed. I've never shot any of these before, so we'll see. But at $12 for 50, they're more than twice the cost of high-velocity CCI mini-mags, which have run mostly flawlessly in this .22 conversion unit. But let's give them a try. It could be interesting. And I've also got a range pack of 40-grain Federal rounds that I bought on sale a few years ago. Maybe 5 cents a round at the time. Okay, let's see how we do. I've set the targets out to 24 feet, my typical training distance for handguns I intend to carry. Here we are at the range with my Kimber 1911 with the .22 conversion slide. I really like shooting this gun, but I don't like the cost of .45 ammo. So this .22 conversion allows me to have some range time without a big expense. We're going to start with the Browning Pro 22 ammo, fancy box, cheap ammo. Failure to cycle. I can feel that these rounds seem light. The box says 1,085 feet per second. You can see the hammer is not resetting with these rounds. Hardly any kick at all. Okay, obviously this Browning ammo isn't for this gun, but this gun's accuracy is still excellent. The slide didn't lock back after the last round was fired, but that was expected. Okay, let's try some of these CCI uppercuts, specifically made for semi-automatic handguns. Let's see. I've gone ahead and bumped the target out a little to 10 yards, 30 feet just for a challenge. Yeah, okay, failure to cycle on the first round, so much for being special. Well, maybe these are okay. We'll come back to these later. We'll try them again. Let's try the Federal range pack ammo. It's the cheapest, still at 10 yards. Failure to cycle. More failure to cycle. Stovepipe round. Okay, the hell with this. Let's go to what we know will run, CCI mini mags. Like I said, I know CCI mini mags will run in this gun, and they have. It's what I usually shoot. Okay, let's go back to the CCI uppercuts. They seem promising. Let's give them another chance. Well, can't complain about that. The point here is that the Kimber 1911-22 conversion can be a bit ammo finicky, but CCI mini-mags seem to run the best. In fact, I'll say I've been shooting CCI mini-mags for years with this gun with very few problems, and CCI uppercuts appear to be a good choice as well if you don't mind paying twice the price. As for cons, my biggest complaint is that Kimber didn't add a load assist knob to the magazine. Otherwise, for a 22 conversion, what's not to like? Yes, there are misfires and misfeeds with cheap ammo, but Kimber suggests high-velocity round-nose rounds. Also, it would be nice if the slide would lock back after the last round was fired. And if you want a threaded barrel, you'll need to look at the SIG 22 conversion slide. Finally, at $400 or more for the Kimber 1911-22 conversion kit, some will say that you might as well buy a good 1911 style 22 and have two guns. So what about pros? Well, as you can see, this unit has held up quite well for its age. It's very well made. The finish is still excellent. It still functions like new. Use the right ammo, keep it clean and oiled, and this slide really works reliably well. Excellent way to retain the function of your lower parts of your gun while taking advantage of the economy of a 22 slide. Tight 3-inch clusters are easy at 20 yards with this conversion. I like that I can wear my 1911 holsters and carry the firearm if I want. I like that changing out the slide from 45 to 22 and back is quick and easy. Extra magazines are very affordable. In addition, the Kimber 22 conversion is safe to dry fire. It's not cheap, but it's very good quality. To disassemble, begin by removing the magazine. Push the slide back so the half moon cutout aligns with the rear part of the takedown lever, so the lever can be pushed out from the right side. Remove the pin, which should allow the slide to come forward and off the frame. That's basically it. This is the way the slide conversion unit is stored. To disassemble the slide for cleaning, push the rod plug down so the bushing can rotate to release the plug. Remove the plug. Rotate the bushing to remove. Remove the recoil spring and guide rod, then remove the barrel. That's it. Reassembly is the opposite. Return the barrel to the slide. Return the guide rod and spring, but make sure the little indent on the guide rod faces down against the barrel. This is very important. If not set properly, the slide can be returned to the gun but will not function and may actually lock up and become very difficult to disassemble to correct. Return the bushing to the muzzle and rotate to allow for the plug to be returned to the spring. Push the plug on the end of the spring down on the guide rod and rotate the bushing to capture. The assembly slide can now then be returned to the frame and pinned as usual or stored as an assembled 22 slide. As for price, as I've already stated, you can expect the price between $400 and $450 for the Kimber 1911-22 conversion kit. Stores that specialize in Kimber products may be the best place to find a conversion kit today, and maybe at the best price. Magazines are reasonably priced at about $22. As for used conversion kits, expect to pay the same price as you would for a new one, as far as I can tell. Now, before we end today's video, I'd like to remind you, if you haven't already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe down below, and thanks for watching. So I've had this Kimber 1911 22 conversion kit for quite a few years now. I bought it when I bought my Kimber 1911 Custom Crimson 2. I thought it might save me a few bucks in what I might pay for 45 ammo, and I imagine after all these years it probably has. Probably more than $100 per year for 15 years. So yeah, it's probably paid for itself multiple times over. Turns out it was a smart purchase. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean and maintain. If you use the right ammo, and I've always relied on CCI Mini-Mags for this 22 conversion, works perfectly enough for my needs, so no complaints worth mentioning. And it appears that CCI uppercut ammo may also be a good choice of the 22 conversion, although uppercut ammo is being sold at twice the price of the Mini-Mags. Since I'm only concerned about range activity and cost and not ballistic differences here, regardless of what uppercuts might provide, I don't intend to carry this Kimber conversion for personal defense, so I doubt if I'll be changing from my use of CCI Mini-Mags anytime soon. But that's just my opinion. Any weapon you carry is better than the one you left at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.